If you grew up in the early 2000s like me, you were surrounded by so many unique and amazing LEGO themes, with one of my favorite being LEGO Ninjago. And now that I have a 3D printer and make 3D printing content, I wanted to make it my mission to make upscaled versions of my favorite weapons throughout the show. So let's do a compilation of my Season 1 weapons. But before we get into that, I wanted to remind y'all that only 4% of you guys are subscribed, so check that little button and see if you are, and if you're not, click it for me real quick. Now that we made these shurikens, the scythe, and the nunchucks from Ninjago, let's finish it up with Kai's golden sword. Before I take the risk and combine all 4 golden weapons, let's go back and remake Cole's scythe, the Scythe that Quakes. I honestly prefer the brick-built version of his scythe so much more than the standard singular piece. So much better. Now that we finished the golden sword, the golden shurikens, and my favorite, the golden nunchucks, and the golden scythe from Ninjago, let's go make a unique one that I don't think many of y'all know about, Cole's golden hammer. Our Ninjago collection is very quickly growing, so today let's add another golden weapon, Nia's golden spear. Now that we have all 4 golden weapons from Ninjago, due to popular demand, let's combine them to create the Mega Weapon. And there it is, the finalized mega weapon from Ninjago. And this thing is giant, actually. Don't let Garmadon see this, but man, this thing turned out really good. Aside from these little seams on the actual blade, this thing is just incredible. And we still have plenty of Ninjago weapons to make, so comment down below which one we should make next. Y'all asking you shall receive. Let's turn this ugly Scythe of Quakes into a more traditional one found within the show. Over the past couple of months, we have made plenty of Ninjago-themed 3D prints, but somehow I forgot to represent the Green Ninja. So today, let's make Lloyd's Golden Sword. You guys have been suggesting a lot of incredible Ninjago weapons for us to print, and because of how much I like these designs, let's print 2 of the 4 Technoblades. There we have it, 2 of the 4 original Technoblades. Obviously, the scaling is a little on the downside, but these still look incredible. Should we finish this series, or do we move on to something else? Comment below. After making our first 2 Technoblades, I decided I wanted to move to a different collection of weapons from Ninjago, so today let's make 2 of the Time Blades. After 2 days of printing, they're finally done. As much as I love these things, they're a little too small to actually be used as they do in the show. So should we make these at full scale or keep them the way they are? Most of the weapons we've made from Ninjago have all been golden. So let's go make something that isn't golden. The Blades of Deliverance. Here they are, the Blades of Deliverance, and they look really good. I know on one of the blades, I can't remember which one, I think the kanjis or symbols are upside down. Mind that. And of course, don't mind the weird purging issues on the white blade. Not really sure what was going on there, but regardless of that, they turned out great. What should we print next? Recently, we made 2 of the 4 time blades from Ninjago, and y'all had a suggestion that I should make a life-size version, one that could actually use. So today, let's make one of the powered-down versions of the time blades. Once we got all that put together, we have our finished life-size time blade. Aside from the little imperfections on the knuckles and, of course, the blade, I really love the way this thing turned out. And it's just so cool. Like, look at that. It actually fits on my arm. We obviously made the powered down version, just the white one, just to make it stand out a little bit more. So which one should we do next? We've made the Scythe of Quakes, along with the Nunchucks of Lightning. Of course, we couldn't forget the Shurikens of Ice. But sadly, our Sword of Fire recently, well, shattered on us. So to give back to Kai, let's make the Elemental Blade of Fire. And there it is, the Elemental Sword of Fire. And this bad boy is surprisingly giant, right? I keep forgetting of just how big the elemental swords were in the show. Like, they were the size of the ninja. It was ridiculous. It's actually half the size of the mega weapon we made not too long ago. Kind of crazy. Recently, we finished half of the Technoblades, and of course, by popular demand, let's finish the set. And there they are, the last 2 Technoblades. And man, I really like Zane's. That's really cool. I like this one. Definitely my favorite of the 4, but of course we also have Jay's, which is a little bit smaller. I probably should go rescale them, but what do y'all think? Which Technoblade is your favorite? Our Ninjago wall is full of the hero's weapons from this series, so let's shake it up and make a villain's weapon. And of course, I wanted to let y'all hear those little crunches, but for today's Ninjago weapon, we're going to be making the Jin Blade. And this thing is impressive, I'm not going to lie. The one thing I do like about this compared to a lot of the other Ninjago prints we've made is that this one's made to be a little bit more realistic, which is a little odd. You'll see immediately that the skull used on the blade is more reminiscent of a real skull, so kind of freaky. But here is the full sword in hand, and it is beautiful and super intimidating. I absolutely love this thing. But let me know which weapon we should make next. Recently, we've made the staff from the Lego Monkey Kids series, and a lot of people pointed out that I actually missed the staff from the Ninjago series. So today, let's make Sensei Wu's Notorious staff. And here it is in all of its glory, Sensei Wu's staff. It's super simple. I don't know what I was expecting from this, but gets the job done. The size is actually very similar to the previous staff we made from Monkey Kid. It looks good. I mean, it's very simple. It's definitely not the most complex build we've ever made, but I think it looks really nice. And of course, after each episode, I do ask, what should we make next? After looking at our Ninjago wall, I started to realize something. I never made anything from my favorite villains from the series. So today, let's make one of the 4 Fang Blades. And of course, for the question of the day, who is your favorite villain from Ninjago? And here it is, the red Fang Blade. If you can tell from the build process, the blade was really odd, put together weird, but it still turned out really nice. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but apparently it's sliced into 2 pieces and then built supports beneath it, so it's really weird. But which one's next? Ever since we started making Ninjago weapons, y'all have been asking for one thing in particular, Super Bolt. So today, let's finally go make the most notorious weapon in all of Ninjago. And as we make this beautiful weapon, let me know down below what your favorite Ninjago weapon was from the series. And there it is, the long-awaited Super Bowl. And I absolutely adore the way this thing turned out, albeit a little bit small, but still cool nonetheless. A lot of y'all have been begging me to go back and redo a lot of our old golden weapons since they have this weird bronzish gold color. So today let's run it back and remake our very first Ninjago weapon, the Shurikens of Ice. There we have it, our brand new Shurikens of Ice. And yes, I know these are much smaller than the original ones, but these are a little bit more accurate to actual Shuriken size. And they look so much better than our gross Timu ones we made prior. Now we need to remake the nunchucks. You guys have been suggesting some amazing Ninjago weapons for us to print, so let's keep that up and print yet another highly requested weapon, the Dragon Blade. And this print is so simple to put together that I don't even need to bring it to our original setup. But let me know down below if we should use this backdrop instead for our Ninjago collection. And there we have it, the Dragon Blade to summon the notorious Fusion Dragon. I absolutely love this model, and before you say it, yes, I know it's a little small. We have to save our gold for something big in the future. But of course, let me know which one's next. This past month, I have been dedicating all of our Ninjago weapons to ones that y'all want me to print, so let's make yet another one in the form of the Dragon Bone Blade. And because I have something else in the works, here's a sneak peek to another weapon that we're going to make in the future. And here's the final version of the Dragonbone Sword, and this thing might be one of my favorites we've made so far. And let me know down below which one we should make next. Now that we started remaking the original golden weapons, it made me realize that we're still missing quite a bit of weapons from the original couple of seasons. So today let's make a weapon inspired by one of my favorite villain tribes, the Serpentine Staff. You'll notice right off the bat that I have a bunch of extra pieces for this model, and I'm not sure what the exact issue was with it, but this one gave me a lot of trouble with cutting, slicing, and really getting this bad boy together, so hopefully it turns out really nice. The coolest part about it is that it has a slot in the head of the staff to put a little light so we can light up the little orb in the top. And now that we have the purple piece together, this is officially Pythor's Serpentine Staff. Of course, representing my favorite villain from the entire Ninjago series. We've officially remade all of the original golden weapons from Ninjago, although we still need to remake Kai's golden sword. We ended up missing out on the nunchucks of lightning, so today let's remake him to look a little bit more appropriate to the other golden weapons we've made so far. And funny enough, the chain that we're going to use for this print is the same one we used for the original, and I think it turned out phenomenal. Let me know down below what you think and what other weapons from Ninjago we should print in the future. You guys have been suggesting a very specific Ninjago weapon for me to print, so much so that I've had hundreds of y'all suggest that I make it. So today, let's finally make the most requested Ninjago weapon, the Sword of Sanctuary. And of course, here it is, the long-awaited Sword of Sanctuary. Apologies for this taking so long, but I think it was well-deserved to wait. Aside from the weird layer shift that happened on the blade with the gold, I think it turned out phenomenal. And comment down below which one we should make next. We've remade the Shurikens of Ice, the Nunchucks of Lightning, and even the Scythe of Quakes, which of course leaves us with the OG, the Sword of Fire. So let's finally finish our remake collection of the OG golden weapons, and of course make up for the original Sword of Fire that shattered on us.
And after 48 hours of printing, we finally have the Sword of Fire back into our collection. Now let's hope this one doesn't shatter on us again. I'll make sure to put it in a safer place next time.